Hi there. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Code News. So for today, I'm going to discuss about matrix multiplication. So last time we discussed about scalar multiplication, which it's the result, the product of a real number and a matrix. So this time we're going to discuss about a matrix multiplication. So in matrix multiplication, we can write AB or A times B to actually denote multiplication, and we just have to perform we are going to perform the multiplication of two matrices. Only that there are conditions that we need to follow. So we can only multiply matrices if and only if the first matrix has the same number of columns as the number of rows in the second matrix. Therefore, if we have A, B, and if you have A and B matrices, and your A should be is a matrix with I times K, that which is represented by a row and column, and B should be in K by J or K times J matrix, and it results to C, which is an I times J matrix. What do you mean by that? It means that the matrix, or the matrix which is the first matrix, should be or has the same number of columns as the number of rows in the second matrix. Now, for an instance, if we're going to have this matrices A, B, and D, okay, just let's say for an instance we have A, B, and D, and with these elements right there. The first, the matrix A is a 2 by 2, so it's a square matrix. And then matrix B is a 3 by 2 matrix, and matrix D is a 2 by 3 matrix. So if we are going to perform the or multiply A times B, it is undefined. Why? Because as you can see in the first matrix, which is A, they and B, they don't have the same number of columns as compared to the number of rows in the second matrix. So you have here the first we have here the first column, which is 1 and 3, and it's not the same number of rows in the second matrix, because we have here 2, and this is 2 by 2, and this is 3 by 2. So we have here 2, and this one we have here 3. So therefore, it's undefined. So we cannot multiply the two matrices. Another example is, say for an instance, we have A times D. It With the A times D, so you have in matrix A, it is believed that the you have here the number of columns that you have here is 2, and then for D, the number of rows that we have is also 2, so it is valid. So therefore, we can have a 2 by 3 as a result, a 2 by 3 matrix as a result of A times D. And then for B times D, we have two columns, and then we also have two columns in D, although this is 2 by 3. But since the condition it met the condition, therefore we can multiply these two matrices, and this will give us 3 by 2 columns. So as an example, we have here one matrices A and B with elements 1, 3, 2, 4, and 2, 3, 2, and 1 respectively. For an instance, we are going to multiply the two matrices A times B. So take note that it is a square matrix, therefore they have the row the column here is 2, and then the row here is 2, so therefore we can multiply these two matrices. Now, in order for us to multiply these two matrices, we need to first take the first rows in our first matrix, which are 1 and 3, and then we are going to multiply it to the first column of our second matrix, which is B. and the elements are 2 and 2. So therefore, if you're going to do that, you multiply the 1 and 2, okay? So, and then this will give us 1, this will give us 2. So 1 times 2 is 2, and then we're going to add the result of it to 3 by 2. Okay, so we have here 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, so later on we're going to compute that the value, the result of 2 plus 6, of course, it's 8. And then this time we're going to use the same, the first row of our, in the first matrix, which is 1, and then multiplied it to the second column in the second matrix, which is 3. So 1 times 3 is basically 3. Okay, and then at the same time, we're going to, uh, the next column of in our first matrix is 3, and we multiply it to the second column in the second row, which is 1. So 3 times 1 is actually 3. And the next is, next row would be 2 and 4, and then we're going to multiply it to each of the column in the second matrix. So 2 by 2 is 4, okay, and then 4 times 2 is actually 8, and then right after that, second column for the matrix B will be multiplied again to will be multiplied to the second row of our matrix A. So 2 and 3 is actually 6, and then 4 and 1 is actually 4. And then this would give us the, so 2 plus 6 is 8, 3 plus 3 is 6, 4 plus 8 is 12, and 6 plus 4 is 10. So then, therefore, that is the uh, our final matrix. So if we're going to, since this is a square matrix, we can multiply uh, B times A at the same time. So let's check. So if you, can you try if you have the same, if we have the same result, 8, 18, 4, and 10 by following this, what they call this one? A times B multiplication steps. All right. So another idea for matrix multiplication, let's say for an instance, we have two matrices here, A and B. So for A, we have 1, 3, 2, and 4 elements. And then we have also for B, 2, 3, 1, 4, 5, and 8. So as you can see, the A matrix is a 2 by 2 matrix, while the B is a 2 by 3 matrix. So if we're going to multiply them, can we multiply them? Yes. Why? Because uh, the column, we have two columns in our first matrix, and that is the same with the row in our B matrix. So we can multiply them, and in order for us to multiply them, we take first the first row of the A and then multiplied it the first column of B, second column of B, and then third column of B. So meaning to say, all rows, each row of matrix A will be multiplied to each of the column of the B. So so therefore we do that by multiplying 1 times 2 times 3 times 4. So 1 times 2 plus 3 times 4, and then next is 1 times 3, okay, and then plus 3 times 5, and then next is 1 and 8. Right after that one is 1 and 8 column in matrix B. Now we do that by multiplying 1 times 1, and then 3 times, adding it to 3 times 8. And then the second row is 2 and 4. So each of this row in matrix A will be multiplied to each of the column in matrix B. So we do that by multiplying 2 and 4 to 2, 2 and 4 to 2 and 4 respectively. So with that, we have here 2 times 2, and then we have plus 4 times 4. And the next is 3 and 5. So we are going to multiply 2 and 4 to 3 and 5 respectively and add them up. And then after that, 2 and 4 uh, will be multiplied to 1 and 8 respectively and then add the result. So right after that one, we have 2 times 1 plus 4 times 8, and therefore we have this result. So 14, 18, 25, 20, 26, and 34. So there are actually bunch of mm, programs created already through, I mean, you can actually look for it in the internet. And all I need to do, or I need to, for you to do is please make sure you understand them. And I'm going to be demonstrating this matrix multiplication on my own. I mean, using my own codes in the next video. So for now, I would like you to practice doing matrix multiplication. So thank you guys for watching this video and have a great day. Bye bye.